let's hop into it, as it is going to be Envy and Denial facing off against one another, like I said before, but this time it's going to be Octane Blitz. And looking here, Formal finding the name tag, actually, of the player right above the head. As Formal pushes up, and that's going to be another cone. It's just, it's absurd how he just points and shoots, and it's like he's cheating. Yeah. Almost. Like, I don't understand this. It makes no sense.
It's almost like he's playing with a mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, it really seems like that's his aim is impeccable, guys, and it's not something that you just hype up. It's something that you see. And there are a lot of players like this as well. I mean, I've seen guys just absolutely tear it up. But Formal's been rather impressive in the last 2 events and has been quite the story for a lot of people to follow here, of course, given his background and all of that. But, yeah, I mean, looking here to see what Formal is going to continue to do is he will get picked off finally. And back over to Merc here, who with Envy leading this one 2-1 is just looking to maintain control in the mid.
Yeah, and they're really just going to watch these players from Denial. They're pushing very hard through the mid. They're not going to challenge Nameless at the underpass. They're going to try and go straight through the middle of the map towards Motel. I like the call, but if you looked over at Nameless, I was looking over at his screen, Golden Boy, to see what he was running, just out of interest. And he's not running an AR. They're running actually 4 subs. It looks like JCap actually switches to an AR now. But usually we see Nameless in that role. I think to try and get more pressure, they're going to have JCap use the AR. He's a slower player. Let Nameless be super aggressive.
Yeah, well, I mean, and as your personal experience here dealing with him, obviously as a coach of EG and everything, how do you feel about that? Do you think that's the proper play to make here? I mean, I personally think it is, but
yeah, I know you absolutely need an AR to control that blue dump area. And I think when you look at it, JCap is probably a better defender. He just plays a little bit slower. I mean, obviously very smart player. And Nameless, I think, at a faster pace, I think Nameless is more effective.
Yeah, Replays also has the AR as well, the Remington in hand with Thermal, and that Thermal has been the favorite amongst a lot of the pro players here. Red Dot's very solid, as well as that added range with the scope. But look at that. Look at just the push that's coming down from here. And Replay is actually trying to see if he can locate one. That smoke has gone out. I took down the Oracle to see if he could find him. But Replays, knowing that smoke caused a distraction, he couldn't quite get there in time. But he wants to see if he can pick the second player, and he's going to be able to do so. That will be Nameless on the charge. Meanwhile, on the other side, we got a highlight Study here. His teammate ends up scoring one. That's going to make it 3-4. And look at where Envy's spawning.
This is dangerous for Envy. You're seeing 2 players overextend. The 1 player rotating back, Merc, he is taken out by Study. And it looks like Envy, they are just going to try and trade caps with Denial, but if Denial can win these fights back at their home portal, I mean, this would be huge. They can really open up. Replays with a huge kill right there on Formal.
Nice play there as Denial is able to come back, and they will be up 5-4. I have to say, the way they play that one, Study pushing up, the patience there, that was wonderful to see. The way that they just, it was like it was something that you just rehearse time and time again, right? And that's exactly what it looks like here. This team is clicking right now.
Yeah, Denial is really on fire. And I think Golden Boy, part of it, I mean, they've had tons of time to practice. When you think about it, they haven't really gone to any other events. They pretty much have been the only ones, out of the big name teams that, you really haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
And they've had a great opportunity to play UMG online matches, play wagers, play GB tournaments together and really build that team chemistry.
That's right, and bear in mind as well, too, I mean, you're talking about the individual talent of 4 players here. Like, it's like, our powers combined. Like, This team is just like, I don't know, it's something about it that I really seem to enjoy. They all seem to get each other, and whenever I go into the booth to talk with them during breaks and whatnot, it's just all, smiles there, actually. I was talking to a couple guys earlier, and they said, well, the one problem about Denial is that, as soon as they get into a bicker or, a disagreement, like, they're going to shut down, right? And as soon as they lose a game, they'll pretty much just get swept at that point. They lost game 1. I thought, man, that's going to do it for them. They just probably won't be able to come back. And lo and behold, they win game 2, and now look at the way that they're functioning in game 3. It's pretty incredible to see. Proving people wrong here.
I mean, that's kind of what this team's about, right? I mean, Replays was on phase red. They got completely just kind of dropped. So, he was looking for a home. Saints played amazing U.S. regionals, COD champs. SB was one of the favorites going in, mainly because of him. He's very talented. Then he ends up without a team. Study second at COD champs with Envy. Obviously, he ends up not on that roster anymore. And Zuma, he's been doubted pretty much the entire time, trying to become a professional player and, play in these types of matches. So when players like that come together for a common goal, Golden Boy, I think good things do happen.
That's right. It's the team that nobody wanted, and now they're pretty much the team that people are watching in the winter bracket finals here at UMG Dallas. That is going to do it for the first round of play here. It's going to be 7-4 as the boys in Denial have control. But I got to point this out, though, and Study, you got to love that dude. Yeah. I got to point this out, X. They were forcing him to spawn strip side. Now Denial's going to be playing from that area. That's, they're going to be playing from motel side. Yeah. If I'm, I don't know, I could easily see Envy coming back into this one strictly because of that. And let's actually go ahead and highlight Envy here.
Yeah, Envy can easily come back into this. I mean, they're not down by too many. They're just going to need the kill goal. But, you see all their kill counts pretty low for these players. JCap,
replays with 2 already.
Yeah, replays 2 already, and that's going to be 3 down. That's definitely not the start you wanted for Envy. And you see Formal, he's going to push all the way around, but just unfortunate because he's there at that time, he's going to spawn the player from Denial on his own goal, so he's going to be a perfect position for defense. Yeah,
that's right. Enemy has scored there. That's going to be 1, netting them 4 in the lead here. So that will be 8-4 presently. And Formal does locate 1 player. Replay started off this matchup so wonderful. He had a 2-piece to boot, and then his teammates were able to push up. That's going to be 4 down now, as it seems as if the pressure is on, and Zuma and the crew net themselves another one, making it 9-4 right now. I have to say, Denial is playing this one just, I cannot speak better here. They are on point. It is something great to see.
Yeah, you see replays right there. He was on your screen for a quick second with an assault rifle, obviously thermal, pretty much the choice of all these players on this map. He's just locking down that right side. You see Envy, they keep going in for scores, and you just see he keeps picking them off one by one.
That's going to be a score.
Yeah.
So Envy will be able to do that there, but the thing is, if they keep going toe-to-toe, trade for trade, obviously, it goes without saying, Denial will come out on top for this one. They can give away that particular cap there.
Yeah, and I think the real issue here at hand is, JCap is pretty much primarily playing base defense, 9-7, 10-7 now. Not really forcing many interactions. And you're relying on 3 players to do a lot of the slaying. Formal 11, 16, I mean, that's not what you expect from him, but Nameless and Berg really need to step it up.
Yeah, but with that said, though, it seems like there is going to be a member of Envy around there to try and make a cap. No, actually, I stand corrected. I read that one wrong, but despite that all, actually, there will be one guy who does sneak in finally, and they will be able to make this one 10-7. That's going to be a 3-point game here. Ooh,
but you see, unlike how Envy played this on your mini-map, you're seeing all the players from Denial rotating back to Motel, and they're going to play out of this side. Merc, he may be able to get 1 out of this, but it took them all out of control. Envy was borderline taking over the Denial base. They were able to rotate back, flood through Motel, take everybody out, make sure it's all clear, and now they're going to push up out of this.
Let's see how Merc is going to approach this situation here. Unbeknownst to him, he is going to have 3 members of Denial that he has to worry about. So let's see if Merc is going to be able to capitalize on this with some teammate support. He does have Nameless behind him. Formal is actually going to be coming up around the right side of them, and Merc is going to find him, but no, Zuma will meet him immediately, and that just came unexpected as they seem to have taken their time there, and the strategy had fallen apart at that moment. JCap, though, he's highlighted on your mini-map. He's going to be lingering around by the bus here. Merc looking around, seeing if he does locate 1, so that's going to be a solid pick for them. JCap looking to make some magic happen. He's going to get the cap, making it 11-8. That will be a 3-point game again here, as Denial still maintains its lead. 1 minute, 48 seconds on the clock. Lots of time to work with. If you're an Envy fan, you're liking the chances because they just scored another one, making it 11-9.
Yeah, and I believe, it's Nameless in the Denial base. He's able to pick up some kills right there, be annoying in that Motel. Then it was probably Formal, I believe, that's in there. But they need to rally off a few caps right here. He's going to get another one. That's only going to put them down 1.
Down by 1 here. This was a story where they were down by 4 at one point, but they were able to turn it around. Envy in the last minute and 20 seconds have to turn it up here if they want to be able to secure Game 3. This Game 3 swing, you don't want a team like Denial that will just feed off of that momentum to be able to secure that one. But Nameless couldn't quite follow through with it. On the other side, looking at Zuma and the crew. They're still up by 1. Zuma, he's able to defend that to the best of his ability. That's going to net him 1 against Formal. Looking over there on the other side, Replay takes out J-Cat. That's going to be 3 down for Envy here. Players off the respawn now. And then jumping over here to Replays. This slide could very much be the final nail in the coffin in Game 3. Pistol out, but you're not going to win that when 3 people are looking at you with Vectors. A pistol versus Vector, not what you want to see, but wow. 4 down now as Denial have control. They are going to be able to cap this, and look at what they're spawning. And then they have the stop there on the Diner side as well. And this is just not going to be a good look. 3 there as well. And Envy, they have to score 1 right now. They're second, but even then I think it's impossible.
I mean, that was just an amazing push from Denial. We hardly see, team able to rattle off
That's it.
2 or 3 caps from that side. And you saw they were able to go in, get all 4 dead. The 2 players that actually spawn back at their own base for Denial, spawn their own goal directly across from the Envy players spawning Diner. And once they killed them over the OE, they were able to secure that.
And that's right. And that's going to be 13-11 or 13-10, depending on if you just looked at that one right there.
They are very excited in there.
Yeah, well, that's how Denial is, man. They, these 4 players, again, it's like they know what they have here, and that's the scary part. I can't hype this team up enough. They are playing great. They're just straight up yelling at each other now. Forget high-fiving.
I don't even know what Study's saying.
Now I just yell at you.
There's no way Zuma understands what
that's what the kids do.
Saying.
See, he's just yelling. He's just yelling. Come on, man. Do your mom proud,
nice.
Study. Jesus. No, I'm kidding. But seriously, though, of course, congratulations to Denial as they're going to take game number 3. Now, on the other side, we have Envy who have to respond here. It is going to be Sovereign Domination X Thoughts going into game 4.
This is a map that Denial's pretty good at.
Yeah.
Denial's pretty good at this map. You have Replays. He understands how to play this map pretty much to perfection as the OBJ player. For Envy, Merc and Nameless really going to have to come alive.
Yeah, well, we'll see if that's going to be the case, guys. Sovereign Domination will be game number 4. Will Envy be able to answer back, force a game 5, or will Denial find themselves at the grand finals here at UMG Dallas? Make sure you guys are talking about it on Twitter, #Elgato20K. We'll be right back.